In this video we will look at the remaining search areas not yet covered. We will look at these only briefly. Let's start with the financial find page. This page allows us to search for financial related information. Some of the key search criteria are invoice number, case number, name number, and so on. The document find page allows you to search for document entries. You have several search criteria available to do this. I will perform a quick search to check which documents my login ID SU logged against cases. To do this, click in the login ID drop-down and select the user. Then click search. My results are returned and I can view these documents by double-clicking an entry, which will then open the relevant case. In our find list page, we define custom result layouts. We've briefly touched on this before, but in short, you can define what information you see in the results area on the different pages. In my example here, my case find result area has a custom layout, and this layout was created in the find list page. Let's talk about creating your own custom find list then. The find list page defaults to what we call the design view. Here we define which columns we want to see in our result areas. We do this by using the separate pop-up window you see here. To add columns, simply scroll through the long list of available data fields and then tick the tick box to include it in your layout. I will add both country and application date. Take note that I can resize my column width if I want to. I've decided which columns I want to see. Now I want to preview how this might look. To see a preview version, click on the View with Data radio button. This looks good and I'm happy with my result. Now to use this layout, I first need to save it. Do this by clicking the Save button. The Save Find List window will appear. Type in a name and add a description if you want. There is an additional tick box here called Public. When public is ticked, it means that everyone in your organization will have access to this layout. If you want this to be limited to only yourself, then leave this unticked. We've created our layout, so now let's use it. I will set this layout as my default in the case find page. First, click on the select list. In the pop-up window, choose the report you just saved and click open. Great. You have now created your own result list and set it as active. The criteria page gives you the ability to customize your search criteria using any data in the system. This covers areas like case data, diary data, references, name information, and even term data. We won't delve too deeply into this, but in short, you can create and then save your own queries. One quick example could be that I want to see a list of all trademarks in South Africa. To do this, in the first criteria line, choose case data as the type we want to query. In the next field, choose case type. This will be our criteria then. Set this value to trademark. Right now, this query will return all trademark cases, but we said we only want to see South African cases. To do this, we need a second criteria line, so let's click Add Row. Set this second line to case data as well, and in the data subtype choose country. This will then give us the results we want. So this is a simple example of how we can use the criteria page, but its real power comes in creating custom and complex queries. The next page, the Quick Find page, gives access to several useful search options. Here we can search on old matter ID, diary information, application number, registration number, classes, and even images. Let's run through some scenarios to see how we practically would use everything we have learned up to now. Scenario 1. I need to find a patent matter and the only information I have available is the application date. How do I search for this? Well, we know the application date, so let's start there. Click on the diary option under Quick Find. In the diary date, choose the diary field we want to search on, which is application date of course. Let's enter my application date, which is the 1st of June 2015, and then click search. My result is returned and I have found my case. Scenario 2. I have a registration number and this is all I have. Once again, we will use the diary search area. Choose registration number in the diary drop-down and enter the number we have available. Now click search. Odd, no results found. Before searching elsewhere, let me just check if this isn't perhaps a closed case. I will tick the Include Closed Cases tick box and search again. Indeed, this record is now found and seems to have been closed in 2010. Scenario 3. The only information I have is that we have a trademark matter filed in class 5. So I will click on the trademark class search option, enter the number I have, which is 05, and then click search. Perfect, my results are okay. Scenario 4. I only have an agent's reference available to search on. To do so, I will click on the reference option. In the reference type drop-down, I will choose agent's reference and then enter the value I have. Click search and my results are returned. Scenario 5. I've received an email from client with no details. They only mention some sort of trademark. So all I really have to search on is the client name, and then from there try and track down the case. So I will go to name case find and then search for the client name. From there I will then add it to my name number. Let's also limit it to only trademarks. Now I will click search. Scenario 6. I have a case number I want to open, so I will click on case find and enter the family number in the family number field. Once done, click on search.